Alright, so good evening, guys. Hope you're having yourselves a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon. So, I thought I'd give myself a break from games for a bit, do something different. I mean, for one thing, I didn't feel so great after, like, last night's session in Monster Hunter. It was upsetting having to deal with all of the technical issues on top of the fact that I was not doing so hot in a lot of the hunts. Like, I know it's supposed to be hard, but I shouldn't be, like, after a few hunts, I should have gotten down their movesets. But maybe I'm setting the bar too high for myself. But regardless, I wanted to chill out this evening, do something different. And besides, we have over what? We still have a whole bunch of models to catch up with. So tonight we're going to be focusing on primarily there, maybe? Nope. Right there. Just a tiny bit there. Alright. Want to get back onto this. So I wanted to tackle the bigger model this time around. Let me grab my instruction manual just to be sure. Because this model in particular is going to be challenging. So we're gonna start, and this time around I'm gonna use the pamphlet because these ones are much tougher to, like, this one is much tougher to assemble. So what we're gonna do is, normally I would just cut out all of the pieces and then clean them up and then slowly put them together, but in this case this one's a bit of a more complex model, so we're gonna do it step by step, piece by piece. So put this over so I can see the numbering. $31. And number 24. Let's see. 27. 11, 5, 20, 14. This is 9, 24. Just triple checking in case I missed something. Okay, I think we're good. Number 8. This one. Oh wait, how does this? No? Okay, I see. Apparently, I did not put enough adhesive on this thing. Okay, next. That's the initial spine done. 15 and 14. 15. This is the back. No, this is the front of the torso. And where is... Here we go. Okay. Mm. One sec, because my eyes are kind of flickering back and forth, so I'm gonna need the light a little bit over here. Okay, pull this back up. Okay. Then we get the head. What? Mm. Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah. So he's supposed to be tucked in here. So I think it's gonna need more glue though. Mm. Head is coming off. That's not good. Try and get this in there. Number 19 is the next one. Here we go. Yep, I think this is the one. Is music even playing? Okay, I wanted to be sure. So 19 goes. Wait. Supposed to go like this? No. Seems like it has to go like this. Oh, careful. Where do you go exactly? It is. Supposed to go here somewhere, I think. We get number 20. This is usually the case with like really large models, and can't just like snip everything off and expect to know which is which, because you'll be super confused as which is the first step, which is why I'm doing it by the book. So after number 20, we go to number 26. Ooh, it's a big jump now. We're getting into the bigger parts. Maybe this is 26. Okay. Ah, there wasn't enough glue on this. One sec. Yo, doing good, man. Just chilling out, building models. I was debating a while back. Actually, I was like really thinking this afternoon. I was just like, Mama, what are my plans tonight? Do I want to hunt monsters or do I just want to chill out? So I decided, you know what? After all the frustration yesterday, I decided to just like, let's do something chill for tonight. Anyways, I still have like 76, so no, 78 models to build, so might as well cut another one down. So I'm tackling the bigger one, the big dudes today. One of the biggest model in the kit right now. God damn. Right. This glue will not hold or refuses to hold together while I'm trying to fit this piece in. He's trying to figure out how it fits. Ah, here. Okay. Oh, I see. That piece is in. So I'm assuming as we build the model along, a lot of the pieces will get locked in. So although it may not be well bonded at the moment, so it could fall apart, but as soon as we put in all the other bits and pieces in, it will slowly get fortified. That way it doesn't fall apart as easily. Also, to be honest, you should finish doing all your models before going back to games. Then you're today, yeah. 78 models, man. 78 models to go. Well, if I finish this, 77. But if I can finish this relatively quickly, then we can do some more models. Because what I was thinking, like, we can do model assembly. And then after model assembly, we take a break. And then we play a few games in between. Then after that, we go straight to painting the models. Could do that. Sounds like a good plan. Anyways, I'm not in a hurry to play any other games. And the Hightail is currently reaching its like whatchamacallit. It's kind of on its decline right now. So the only people that are currently interested or like currently playing are the people who have like who are doing mods and all of that stuff. But doesn't mean I'm not gonna stop playing Hightail because there's still more projects, more stuff to do. Well, get into the zone, bro. Yeah. I will. Because last time I spent a lot of time chatting with some people during the afternoon stream yesterday that I didn't finish the models as fast as I thought I could finish. But I think tonight I'm a little more focused, so we should be good. And hopefully we can finish this a lot quicker so we can do more. Okay, number 9. I think this is the one. Oh, sorry. We also got that fan on as well. I always had the neck fan, so I guess it was blowing into the mic. I don't know. If you still hear a fan, then I can take off the fan. I can turn it off. All right. Okay, number 12. Total, where are you at? Maybe on the other side. 12, 12, 12. This one. And we get number 1. The central carapace here. Oh, it's in the back. The rear carapace. Okay. Next page. Oh, wait. There we go. 16 and 17. Oh, cool. Hmm. $34 and $35. Where you at? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Number 29. 29. 39. 30. 29. Good. 4, and 5. Hey Bean, welcome to the stream. Okay. Is it supposed to? Oh. Wait. Okay. Come on. Get in there. Supposed to be the part that goes in there. Aren't you? Nope, I got the right. Yeah, I do have the right part in. Supposed to be floating? Think not? I think this is fine. It's meant to be like this. Okay. So that goes. Okay. Then next we do number 22. 22 here. Hmm? No, it's supposed to be up. Okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. Oh. Looks like this part's gonna get the super glue treatment. This one's not going to be easy. Mainly because it requires it to be in a open position. And its only mode of contact is that singular point there. These are the only points that's making contact with the model. So it's going to be tricky to try and keep it like that. I mean, I'm holding it right now, so I could just technically just grab this. There we go. Leave it like that. Sorry. Hit the mic. Butterfingers. Ooh, salamanders. Give me a moment. Because like, if we're talking salamanders, you don't want your green too bright. You don't want to mix in too much white. Because it kind of makes them a little bit more too, almost too neon green, I would say. You have like, I'm trying to think of, because the orcs have a very similar, like, oh shoot, never mind, wait, hold on, I have to maintain my position until this super glue dries. I'm trying to think right now because I'm trying to picture the salamanders in my head, because their green is not bluish green, it's yellowish green, but more green than yellow. You get what I mean? So you would start with a sort of brownish tone, like a dark brown, then add green over it. Then maybe mix in a little bit of yellow. I'm just trying to figure it in my head right now. Just waiting for this part to just finally dry up. Okay. Then I can just carefully set this down. No! Damn it. Why? Oh, this thing's gonna torture me. I hate the fact that it requests you hold the wing up in an upward position. Oh, I hate it so much. And I'm just putting layer upon layer of glue, which will change the height of the wing. It's going to screw up like the stuff. Yeah, give me a moment. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Like, can this hold here? No? Guess I'm stuck like this until this glue dries. Try to blow on it. Dry quicker. We still like have a whole wing to glue on. I need this thing to be already in position. Oh, for the love. You know what? No. I will deal with you later. Okay? I will now help Mr. Swarm here with his color scheme. Salamanders. I need to see the colors in my head, or like 4K. Okay. I'm trying to look carefully at their color scheme because their armor is almost like orc skin. That's the thing. It has this yellowish green tint to it, but it's not so on the yellow side. It's more on the green, but there is a little bit of yellow in it. So what I would do, again, as I said earlier, you try and use like a darker yellow tone, maybe, and then slather on green. You could dry brush yellow. You could start off with a black primer, then use a dry brush to highlight. You use yellow to highlight those areas where you want the light to reflect, and then slather green, a thin coat of green, so that the yellow parts will pop out, will make the green pop out more, so it feels like there's light reflecting off of it. And then you would add little bits of white here and there just to do, well, I'm looking at a picture right now, one way to doing it. But this one's a bit too amateur-ish. It's detailed, but it's a bit clunky. Wait, give me a moment. I'm trying to find a better reference. I mean, this one is decent enough, right? Because some people will go, wait, let me get this one. Let me save this image really quick. I will put it on screen in just a moment. Oh, this is Horus Heresy salamanders. The Horus Heresy salamanders were more bluish green. At least how this person painted them. But if I was going to take... yeah, here we go. Here's a good example from Space Marine 2. So let's get the image up there. Image, nope. And hold on, give me a moment. Where is... oh, okay. And image 2. This is sample image. Okay. Mouse. Okay. Open. Okay. So this is how one person did it. You'll see this green has a bit of yellow in it. But one way to achieve it is through having a yellow undercoat before, like a yellow dry brush undercoat, before putting a green either contrast paint or base paint that's been thinned out. Because I usually work with base paint. So what I usually do is, after I put in my dry brush highlighting, or zenithal, if you are familiar with the term, I do dry brushing. I do zenithal dry brushing, and then after that I use it as a guide to push out where I want those highlights. So from that point, in this case, for this specific green color, I would dry brush a sort of toned down yellow, and then More sort of a darkish yellow. Not that dark, but not that yellow either, because the yellow you would normally get, right? Something like this. It's quite bright. So you might get a bit too much yellow. There's such a thing as too much bright. It's too bright, too neon. And you want to like dilute it a little bit. I don't you could mix it with a bit of brown, or you could mix it, because if you use black, I think it turns a little bit green, weirdly enough. Because, and if you mix black with green, it makes it a little bluish. And then once you have that, you can always go with Waflesh right here. Or yeah, you could go with Waflesh, or you could see, I do have this dark green over here, but it's a bit too dark for you to like really see clearly in the light. I don't know if it's much clearer on the phone here. There we go. So there's the yellow. There is this is the green, sorry. Let's do the yellow one. This yellow. Way too bright. This is way too dark. This is the in-between. So I would experiment mixing these two just to see how that looks as your, like, I would try and maybe mix for the first coat after your primer would be something like these two. Bit of brown. I think this may be too dark. Could go it's too flesh, too much. You could go for Steel Legion Drab. Steel Legion Drab, a little bit of yellow, and then a little bit of Steel Legion Drab. Then after that, you go with this green is too dark. You would go with Wa Green. Let's move the image away here. So once again, this with a bit of this. Okay, these two. So this, a bit of this. Then that's for your, this is for your Zenithal. Then this, you would go for a thin coat of this just to see how it interacts. Like, you don't want to use too much at once because this is base color. So you might want to thin it out with a little bit of water, just a bit, or paint thinner of your choice. Just a bit. Don't put too much, otherwise it's gonna get too watery and it's going to, you're gonna see more yellow than green. You want more green than yellow when you, in terms of like how the colors are gonna pop out. Let me grab a sample really quick. I'm trying to look for that one tiny spot right there. Not on this here. This right here is not what you want. This is too yellow. What you want is that green right there. Right there. Under his neck. That is the green that you want. For at least the base. Maybe this can be... Is this closer? No, this is too yellow. So this is not what you want. This one is too yellow. I'm trying to find some areas like the... Because I know there's like a green that goes with... That can go... This one is a bit... Like for these orcs, I used a bit more yellow on these guys. For their flesh. But... Like there are some parts that I did not like... color that well. I think this one. Yeah, just right under the neck is the green that you're looking for. That green right there. For the armor anyway. I don't know how to... Let's see if we can get really close. That is Wa green. With a very slight... I didn't color any blue or anything, so I think it's just pure Wa green. That's one way also to approach it. But I'm thinking right now if because a lot of my coloring is pretty much my color knowledge is pretty much trial and error, to be honest, but that what I said earlier might help a lot, because especially when you're doing zenithal, if you're doing zenithal dry brushing, then that yellow mixed with brown a bit might help make that green pop out. You know what I mean? Bright colors will always, like, you don't want the bright colors all over the model. You want it in the places where light is going to hit. So when you do zenithal dry brushing, so you don't want the whole entire model to be covered in that yellow mix. You want that only those parts that the dry brushing just highlights. I hope it helps, because I do a lot of trial and error in my work, because I'm not exactly like I'm not exactly a professional artist, so to speak. There's a lot of color theory that I don't know about. I wish I did. I could always ask my mother, who is an artist. Sometimes I do. Whenever I'm struggling to mix colors together. But most of the time I'm just experimenting with the colors that I want to work with. So just like the orc, I did a little bit of research here and there, what colors. I have an idea to give myself an idea of what colors, especially if I don't have the paints that the video requests, either because of budget or because of availability. Because not everything that, like, a lot of Warhammer painters in YouTube, they have the money to buy whatever paints they want. So people like me, small time, just hobbyists, are stuck with a budget. So improvise. I go to the local school or like school supply store, buy a bunch of acrylic paint, you know. That's how I started. And just ask my mother for tips on how to mix colors and get advice, looked online, researched on like how to, like, what colors interact, how do I want to achieve this look. So for the orcs, I went and researched on like how do I achieve the orc flesh green that I want, not the whatever the paints I currently have. So it's a bit of doing a bit of yellow and then a bit of green here and there. So using a bit of a mix of yellow and green for the in-between, so that the flesh is highlighted on the top and wherever the light is hitting. But this was like earlier experimentation, like with my painting. Then I slowly improved. I learned a few new techniques here and there. So let me show you my latest. So this right here is among the latest models I painted. Maybe we want the light just a bit dimmer. Oops, that's too much. Yellow, no. Just want to lower the brightness a bit. Maybe... Okay, there we go. So this right here, this Space Marine, or this Ultramarine to be specific. Now, how I started, I didn't even start with a blue paint. I actually started with purple. Then from the purple, I worked my way to blue. So you get this gradient effect on some parts. Notably from the armor here. So how it transitions from purple to blue. The darker parts of the armor, there's like this one has still a lot of purple on it here. Dark purple. Over there, dark purple. Mostly the areas where the zenithal dry brushing did not hit. So those parts stay purple. Then slowly, like this one here, it slowly transitions into the blue. And for this transition stuff, the gradients, how I did that was with a sponge. Just dip, dip, dip. Helps with the weathering as well. So that's another tip for you. You want to do some cool weathering without like struggling with your brush. Use a makeup sponge. This little thing. It's a matter of simply just dipping into the paint. Find a surface where you can just remove some excess paint and then just slowly dab onto the surface that you want. I don't know if a lot of what I said is gonna be a lot of help or of little help, but it's help nonetheless. Now, I wish someone would help me with this thing here, because this is a nightmare. Try and stick. And I think I've placed so much glue it's clumped up here in this. Try and extract some of it, grind it out. You're welcome, man. And don't worry about making mistakes. We all do. I certainly made a lot of mistakes while trying to get to the results I wanted. Not everyone is so talented, but everyone can learn a skill. So, if you like what you're doing, don't give it up just because you reached an obstacle. Find a way around it, or find a way to overcome it. Let's try this again. Hopefully, I don't screw this over. Oh, I screwed it over. It's not in the right angle. Can I just adjust it just a teeny bit? Just a teeny bit. Just a bit more. I need it to be need it to be symmetrical. Just a bit. Just a bit symmetrical. Please. Okay. Even if it's just a As I said, we all make mistakes. Okay, I think we're good. I'm just going to set this down slowly and hope it does not fall apart again, because if it does, I'm gonna cry. Okay. So, number 40. Oh, I get to choose either 18 or 40. What would be a cool tail? Should we go for the bug-like carapace tail, or should we go for a fin tail? Yeah, if anyone's still in chat, you want to vote? It's either this one, carapace tail, or fin tail. Do you think will look better? I'm just waiting for chat to or like this. I'm pretty sure the stream's gonna catch up in a bit. Unless nobody's in chat. Let's get rid of the salamander. because we are done. Another way we can look at it. If you're still here, Swarm, let's look at the... Yeah, more or less the same thing. Yellow, green, and then green mixed with white, bright green for the highlights here, scratches and whatnot. Yeah. All right. Goodbye, Salamander. All right. Alright, since nobody in chat has voted, I shall elect by the most primitive of methods, a traditional method. Very simple method of voting which tail we shall put. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch it like a bite of toe. If you catch his toe, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And out she goes. Fin tail it is. The wing went down, I just noticed. Oh. Yeah. So annoying. Alright, let's just glue the tail on. Nah. I guess the tail's gonna be hard. Oh no. Come on. Oh my goodness. Not the tail, it's the wing. Jeez Louise, dude. Alright, well, we're waiting for that to... Okay. Okay. Yeah, the wing just refuses to, like, cooperate in any capacity, I guess. Maybe if I just... add a little bit more glue there. Okay. We're gonna do the same for the tail. Ah! Okay. Let's get back to this. We can finally move on. The worst part is still yet to come. That's what I'm worried about, because we still have to attach the wings. That's just like the base of the wings. And we were struggling. You know, and you know what I think what's gonna happen once I start putting on the wings? They're not gonna be in the right angle, and then I'm gonna have to try and stick them again. I mean, they're not in the right angle right now. I can tell you that. They're asymmetrical. It bothers the hell out of me. But the thing is like, okay, do I want it to be perfect? Or just do I... Oh. Perfection is going to just waste my time. We want this to be done already. Like, I don't want to have to struggle over something like the angle of the wings. I don't think people are gonna bother too much about it, especially when I get it painted. Would have been a lot easier if, like, there wasn't just that one attach point for the base of the wing. If it wasn't for the fact it was only that was the only attaching point, then I could have easily, like, you know, angled it properly. But nope, they just said, "Oh, just stick it in that small hole." All right, fine. I don't feel good about it at all. But whatever. It is what it is. You know, I just thought about it. If this tiny thing, right? This single attach point in the wing, that's the only thing connecting the wing to the model. Just think about it for a second. That tiny thing is the only thing attaching the wing to the model. So what's gonna happen if that tiny thing is bearing the weight of the entire wing? I feel like I'm gonna have to reattach that thing again. But for now, it's there, and I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Mm-hmm. Really? Really? You will not attach? Huh? You refuse? Okay, finally. Eesh. Mm-hmm. So do the arms. 。 32, 6. Okay. We'll deal with that later. This we need to seal. Sorry, I won't be chatting for a bit. I want to go focus in on this because we're almost done. We're in the final stretch. Yep. We'll just do it. I don't want the glue to dry and just fill up the space. Made a mistake. Because I'm stuck like this for a bit. Or maybe. You, you hold the wing? No, you can't. How about you? Can you hold the wing? It's too high. How about you? Can you hold the wing? You're too big. How about you? Can you hold the wing? Yes, you can. Just the tip. Perfect. Now while that's happening, work on this one. So this is my mistake. This is what happens when you are too much in a hurry. You forget to actually clean up the part that you're trying to attach. Alright. So we're stuck in this position until this thing dries up. So, how y'all doing? I've got a cat rubbing her head on my foot. I would love to pick her up and pet her, but unfortunately I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this position while she patiently waits at my foot. Eh. What do you want? What are you bothering me for, eh? What do you want? No food here. Cool. So I am stuck like this. Maybe not so stuck. I can use my free hand to maybe... Ooh. Let's pull up a stream while we wait for this glue to dry. Eh. This is my life now. The moment I let go, I don't even... Not gonna lie. Yeah, sure, man. I'm scared. This thing can just be blown over. Right now, it's like the fan is moving. Free. Ah. Oh, we are done. Just in time for us to close up stream. But before we do, might as well get a good look at the model. Oh, let's put up a light there. Look at that nasty boy. It's aircon. Oh, I'm happy how this turned out. And I mean, this is just half the process, man. We still have to paint this thing. Oh boy. Yo, Manji. I don't know if you were here from the start. Certainly came in the end of the stream. Letting you have a look there. This is the biggest model in the set right now. This card right here is this thing. It's called the Terraphon. So when you play Conquest, you actually have to hide what you have to hide what your next unit is gonna be, or like what unit you're gonna be moving next. So you have these cards where you like in a turn you get a deck of the units that you have on the field, and then you set it in you determine which unit you want to move first. So slowly during play you slowly reveal what unit you're gonna play. That's what the card is for. It also tells you what the unit is. So I'm gonna have some interesting fun to assemble that. I mean, interesting fun to paint it. But yeah, you came in at the tail end of the stream, man. We were just admiring the model right now that I just finished assembling. And yeah, that'll be it for tonight. I thought I could finish this quick, but it was a lot more work than I anticipated, so we'll wrap up things here and close up stream. So tomorrow I am thinking, I'm thinking to continue building more models because we still have a lot of work. We still have 77 models to go. We've only assembled 81. No, 2 plus 4, that's 6. 81 minus 6, 75 models to build still. Yeah. Oh, God of War 2, God of War series, man. I mean, that was like one of the few games of my childhood. No, there were some interesting stuff there. I didn't understand as a kid at the time, but now that I'm older, I'm just like, whoa. So that's what I was playing. Yeah. Like this right here, this pile of like stuff is actually 4 units for 1 regiment. So we're gonna be working on that tomorrow. I tackled the biggest models first so that I could have a bit of an easier time with the smaller models later on, because they are the one that comprises like a whole big percentage. Oh, bro, I can give you. Never mind. I'm not gonna spoil the story. The story's pretty long. For and you haven't even played. You won't. I don't know if you've ever played the PSP games, because that has also is also part of the lore. The PSP games, as well as some other mobile. Well, at one point there was also a crossover, a Soul Calibur crossover, as well in the PSP game. If you were in the PSP era, you will remember a whole lot of games. But if you're not, kind of missed out, man. Kind of missed out. Northsmith, yeah. I mean, you mean God of War? Wait, are we talking about which God of War are we talking about? Are we talking about the? Okay, yeah, okay. You played the PSP. Okay, good. Chains of Olympus. Oh, we're done. Wait, I'll pull out the other units that I've assembled so far. Or at least the cavalry units. Also got this one. And here is a Space Marine model to scale. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Ugh. This one, gotta carefully extract it. Okay, I'll bring this over to the shelf. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm excited to build the rest of the models, man. I'm super excited. But again, it's a daunting task with having to build 81 models. It's hey, I bought it, I assemble it. So this is what's gonna be keeping me busy for a while. We are gonna try and slip in video games every now and then, but for majority of the streams, it's gonna be this thing. Because I want to clear up all of the models. So I will still be playing Hytale. I'll still keep the server running because update 4 is just around the corner, but stream wise it may take a bit of a pause. So alright. So Manjuro, thank you so much for joining despite you being at the tail end of the stream. But guys, that's it for me. I'm gonna head to bed because I've got work in the morning. So I will see you tomorrow night for more assembly. Next up, we're gonna be doing infantry. Oh boy, how exciting. Because the infantry, there's a lot of models for the infantry and a lot of options too. Oh, hate it. I hate having too many options because it's like, ooh, do I want? Yeah, I was on the server this afternoon. I did see the vehicles, and I already opened up a patch where I'm gonna put a ship, sort of a shipbuilding area. So yeah, expect me to build something new there too. And I will experiment making a longboat, a Viking longboat. All right. GG's, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.